Hi there, welcome to the closing bell on the 8th of September. That's when I'm recording it on the Friday. And look, it's sort of been holiday season over in the US. Things pretty quiet in market land, no doubt about that. But we're heading into September, usually the weakest month of the year. So just want to show you the setup, saying that I think there could be a bit of weakness coming. And I have shown you this before, but it's just starting to play out as time passes. So I just want to prepare you, I guess. So looking at the S&P 500 here, this is the monthly chart. We know this chart pretty well, I think, if you've been watching these videos with that huge rally from 2020 up to that high. That's the range that I'm interested in. And just want to show you the range based on those areas that I keep looking for. And we've got the wave, the point of control, very important. You can see a nice bounce off that last year. And this is where I'm getting wary, is because prices have had that recovery rally over the last year, and even went above the top of the sell zone of that whole wave. And it's just starting to turn back down. I just want you to be aware of the fact that this moment is one of those key times when a lot of traders are getting bullish and a lot of people who got short have been taken out. And I'm just wary what happens on this monthly chart below that low of that highest price. So this is where you can get that monthly sell pivot at the end of this month if we have a bad month. And that for me is quite a important setup, being the sort of end result of this multiple year rally, correction to the point of control, rally up into the selling pressure. So it can actually have a bit of a sell-off from those sort of points. And that's why I'm just interested in what happens from here. And really, if it can find support, if we have a bit of weakness over the next few months or so, and things turn back up, we're getting closer to just getting some good information about what the market's going to do. It's been just so deadly, hasn't it, trying to figure out what's going on in this market at the moment. And I think we're just getting closer to a move, finally. So that the starting gun for that will be a failure below last month's low, I think. And you could be a bit surprised by the way it comes off from that area. And just looking at the ASX, we are seeing weakness with commodities coming off the boil. Interest rates are still pretty high in those 10-year bonds. China data, not that great. So just looking at the ASX, and we are starting to see some weakness, aren't we? The ASX has been totally dead for 2 years, but there is something going on. I just want you to, note the fact there's the all-time high. We've had a big sell-off, and then this year a rally, but it hasn't taken out the all-time high. So it's sort of up in that sell zone area where I get interested in looking for a reversal. And we've got the monthly sell pivot already in place a few months ago. Now it's been continuing to do some work, but I expect to see selling pressure around here, and it is starting to come into play. So what we're looking at is more weakness. It still needs to fall another 100 or 200 points to kick it off, but it's just getting closer to kicking off what could be a bit of a downdraft in the market from here. So I just wanted to point out quickly what those levels are. Those lows there coming in, around 6,800 in the ASX 200. You probably want to be aware that price action could get pretty nasty. That's 6,850, that low there. Below there is where I'd expect to see the selling pressure pick up. So we're not there yet. And look how many months we've been going nowhere. This sort of situation where you really do have a dead market and volatility dies is when you can have a sharp increase in volatility very quickly. So it's like shaking up that Coke bottle. You get, months and months, the volume dries up, doesn't go anywhere. Then all of a sudden news kicks it into gear. And look, I'm open to the fact that it could find support and turn around, but it needs to break out above the all-time high to get me excited from here, because the big picture is of a correction, rally up into the sell zone area, then possibly another wave. And look, then I'm getting very interested. Who knows how far that down wave goes? Might only be a few months, and then turn back up based on that window 24 idea. Could be soon that we're ready for a big updraft, but you just have to be aware of this setup right now. That a bit more selling pressure, and it can just kick off a bit of volatility, because markets have gone nowhere for so long that it can just all of a sudden surprise. So it is starting to see weakness, and we are definitely seeing some data coming out that's starting to look a bit weaker, and going into September, which is the weakest month of the year. So just saying for short-term traders, etc., just be prepared for a bit of downside volatility here in the short term. That's all I wanted to say today. Been such a deadly market, it's difficult coming up with interesting things to say each week, I've got to say. Let's hope it does get moving and things become a bit more interesting again. All right, cheers. I'll talk with you next week.